One of my goals as I assumed my role as the Vice Provost for International Affairs and Global Strategies is to ensure that here at the University of Illinois, we are graduating and preparing globally competent students.
What we want is students to buy a one-way ticket, at least mentally, immerse themselves into cultures and situations. And what happens is they actually start to care about a people and a place in ways they actually had not anticipated.
So usually when I travel with my family or just to go visit back home in Japan, I do the very touristy things. But with my study abroad experience, I had the full year to myself, and I didn't have this restriction that I had to go see this amount of things in this amount of time. I had the leisure and the freedom to kind of go through that process myself and explore.
So my advice to students who are thinking about study abroad is absolutely do it. I think some of my professors who I've previously had before and currently have again would agree that my Spanish speaking skills have greatly increased. I was a lot more confident in writing and reading in Spanish before I went abroad, because here at U of I, although I'm in a lot of Spanish classes, a lot of people are like myself. English is my first language. So Spanish, I'm not a native speaker, so it's definitely different than talking with a native speaker. So I definitely think my Spanish skills have greatly increased.
I think it's important to think outside the box, and sometimes when you just stay in your home country, it's easy to think that is the only reality. But to come here one summer, I think it's the best investment for life or for my future.
What does it mean to not just engage with your head, but what if the human heart was pricked on study abroad as well? And if your head and your heart are both engaged into this experience we call higher education, or this experience we call study abroad, we really think that as not just a transformative effect on the individual, but we really think that actually is a transformative effect on families, cultures, workplaces, because what we're creating then is globally minded people who celebrate people who are different.
For the first time when I left America and went out to the Netherlands and started introducing myself, when people would ask, "Hey, where are you from?" I would kind of hesitate. I wouldn't know if I have to say, "I'm from Japan" or "I'm from America." Do I identify myself as American or Japanese? I really had to think deeply about this question. A part of that opened my mind to various career opportunities, for example, such as working as a military officer, for example. That just never came across my mind in the past, because as a Japanese, it just felt weird to serve in an American military. But after coming back, that actually became something that I'm actually considering now as a possible career path. And without studying abroad and without being able to recognize my personal identity from an outside perspective, I don't think I would have had the chance to explore this career path further.
The things that you can learn abroad about the country, about your area of study, but also about yourself is invaluable.
It's worth everything. It's worth going away for a while, just to be inspired of other people, to also improve your language, the English language.
I think that one of the things we need to embrace is that something actually does happen internally and in this identity of a student that is hard to quantify. What happens that we see more often than not is that 5-10 years down the road, students still are unpacking their experience and still sharing and understanding and contemplating this amazing story that they lived out. And to the degree that we can celebrate that as well and encourage the students in that this is not going to just be something they do and forget. This is going to be something that they participate in and unpack.
So my experience abroad helped me think about who I'm working with and how I have to adjust myself to be a better teammate in a team learning environment.
And employees need to be able to be adaptable, flexible, accept change readily, and not be floored by something. And when a student studies abroad, they face all of these things, right? Whether it's learning how to take a new transportation system, or living with a host family, or communicating in a second language, because learning a second language is so important today.
More than anything else, I see study abroad as an opportunity that provides students a chance to be ambassadors of their own culture, ambassadors of the University of Illinois, and offers them an opportunity to really engage and understand other people's cultures in ways that not living in a country does not afford you the opportunity to do. We want to ensure that all students here at the University of Illinois who have the desire to study abroad have that opportunity. We want to ensure that financial, physical, and other impediments do not become a barrier to accessing study abroad opportunities.